Brian. Now I'm going to show you how to make a steerable tail wheel and centered vertical stab with AccuFly's new bracket hole, and that'll center up the guide for the tail wheel perfectly. What I like to do is I just like about a dime size hole in there for the elevator to go up and down. And I'm going to hold that firmly, and I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to mark it. Side. I'm going to show you guys a neat trick today. This is available at any hardware store. It's 1/2 by 1/2 by 1/16 angle. They ask you to cut a 45 on there. This is the easiest way to do it. Just eyeball about the thickness of the foam at 45. I simply hold this and I use that as my guide, and away I go. And I have a perfect 45 ready for taping. Turn it over. Again, hold it about the thickness of the foam from the down there. I simply go like that, and I get a perfect 45 every single time. And I cut it all the way across. Okay, we've got our tape. I went ahead and I cut it, as you saw. Now what I did was, on a long one like this, I will go ahead and verify that 16th gap, and I'll just tab it down with some of the scrap pieces. It just makes it easier when we're doing this long a piece. Again, if you just hold it down, you can get that gap just right. Take your tape. It's cut too long. Work from the outside or the inside out. Make it nice. Take your scraps, pull them off. It's always easy to trim. Get those out of the way. Again, fold it completely over. Pull your new tape up. At this point, do your rollover right here. And that's just so we can add that little bit of tension when we are going to do this. Stick it to the table. It's laying there. Fold it completely over, exposing that little bit of tape. Again, add the tension. Center it in the tape. Give it a little push down. Again in the middle. Work out with your V. And that's what you're doing right there, is just sticking it to that 45. Now the reason I'm doing this carefully is I don't want ripples. It's not going to hurt anything if it has ripples, but you know, we're all proud of our models, and we would like them perfect. Again, while it's completely up, fold it against each other. Take and V it out. You got the tape like that. And really, guys, that's a nice way to make a nice hinging full deflection. And with that, and our vertical stab will go in here. As you can see, it's just going to push right on the foam. This is going to allow a bearing to go in, actually a collet underneath. We'll tape that to it, and I'll show you that as soon as I get done with painting. Remember, just fly. Well, let's go ahead and put our new steerable tail wheel mounting centering on. The slot, plenty of meat here, and a small counter bore, which actually holds the bearing a little bit. And the reason we did that was if you need to tighten it up in the field, you'll be able to get at it. Now, as you can see, I have had it painted, and I used good hardware. These are everyday flyers. Notice that I went ahead and reinforced it both sides. There's tape. Our hinges are still working good, and our paint came out good. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to grab this at about 1 inch, and it's not critical. We're going to form it, and what we're looking for is the right angle here. Notice I need a little bit more form. So, and I have it. So just like that. Now tape, and we're going to use tape to mount these. It's kind of important to use tape because if you have a hard landing, you will be able to save this. Now, if you can see here, take a collar and bring it up, anywhere in there, about 1/8 of an inch down, and lock it in place. Take the collar and feed it through the top, and there you go. Put the set screw towards the back so it's easily tightened at the field in case you do have a hard landing. The end of the slot goes on the end of the wing. Simply slide this in place, put it on there. Take this, push it into the foam, you have your tape on it, and just like everything else, just smooth it over good. Now that is the controlling source. Get the tape on there smooth, and what that does is if you're landing in a heavy crosswind, you're not going to damage your tail. The tape is your fuse. Okay, with that right there, what we're going to do is grab our little bitty Allen wrenches, and I've left this hole a little bit sloppy. Your collars are actually your guide. So we'll shove that Allen wrench in there and take and push the collar down into the counterbore firmly and hold it there. Now just simply pick up another collar, slide it over. Again, put your set screws towards the back so that if you have to make any field adjustment, you can get in there nice and easily. Put it in there, push them up firmly, and we have a really good, strong, as you can see, bearing surface. And now we have steerable tail wheel. Now it's really quite easy. We can go through here, but before we do, I'm going to go ahead and form my tail wheel. So I'm going to want it angled to the back, and I'm going to give it about 1/2 inch here, and I like about 45 degrees. I check it, make sure it's lined up, and it looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I like a little bit long tail wheel. It gives it a little bit of spring out here. So we need about 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch, so whatever you like to do, and it depends on your tail wheel. And we're using just standard piano wire that you buy at any hobby shop here. So now, as you can see, we have that, and what I did there was I have the tail wheel formed. It's controlling, as you can see. We simply need to put it on the airplane. Now, the difference in the kits is they have you mount this section underneath. We will no longer be doing that. We're going to mount it up top. So the screws are supplied. Run a screw through the stick. Run it through your tail section, and you probably won't have your control rods in there because you won't be at that point yet. This plane's already been set up. Feed your formed wire through. Line up the hole and start your screw. Don't over tighten these, don't damage your tail section. These are something that in the field everybody knows that we take and we check our planes for safety. These planes cause quite a bit of crowd. Wheel over. Slip your last collar on. Right now we have a steerable tail section.